In the golden glow of post-war America, when families gathered around glowing screens and the world seemed simple, a single show would quietly rewrite the rules of television forever. That show was I Love Lucy. To millions, it looked like the perfect dream. A happy wife, a charming husband, a cozy apartment where every problem was solved with a laugh. But behind that innocent black and white curtain lay a world very few would dare to imagine. A world of unspoken betrayals, bitter rivalries, political danger, and innovations born not from comfort, but from desperate survival. Lucille Ball was more than a comedian. She was a force of nature wrapped in red hair and Hollywood polish. To the public, she was radiant, graceful, effortlessly funny. A woman America wanted to love. But privately, Lucy was fighting battles on every front. A volatile marriage, a skeptical industry, and a culture that wasn't ready to see a Cuban husband in America's living room. Her partner on and off screen, Desi Arnaz, was the embodiment of charm. Handsome, magnetic, a musician who could set any room on fire. But Desi's fire burned in every direction. Women, whiskey, late-night gambling. Passions that turned his brilliance into chaos. Long before I Love Lucy ever aired, Lucy had already filed for divorce. She tore up the papers not because the problems disappeared, but because the two of them discovered something far more powerful than their pain. Together, they were unstoppable. Hollywood didn't trust them. Executives doubted that Americans would accept an interracial couple, even one as wildly talented as Lucy and Desi. Sponsors panicked. Southern stations threatened boycotts. Quietly, behind closed doors, the network begged Lucy to take a white co-star. She refused. Desi stayed. And in doing so, they gambled not just their careers, but the future of television itself. The gamble worked spectacularly. The show exploded, smashing ratings records, redefining sitcoms, and changing how America consumed television. But the marriage behind it, crumbling like glass under pressure. Arnaz's affairs weren't whispers in the dark. They were parties in the open. Palm Springs, Beverly Hills, quiet studios after hours. Everyone knew. No one spoke. Even the set was a battlefield. Vivian Vance, the sharp and stylish stage actress forced to play a frumpy housewife, despised William Frawley, the grumpy, sharp-tongued veteran with a whiskey bottle in every pocket. They traded insults like punches. She mocked his age. He mocked her looks. When he died, she toasted champagne in public and didn't take it back. And yet, America never noticed. The chemistry was real because the hatred was real, the laughter born out of tension so thick you could feel it even through a black and white screen. Behind the scenes, innovation reshaped television forever. Desi, far more than a charming leading man, was a technical visionary. The multi-camera setup? His idea. Filming on 35mm film in front of a live audience. His demand. Syndication. The rerun business that would make billions decades later? Invented on the back of I Love Lucy. What America laughed at for 30 minutes each week was actually a finely tuned machine, built on exact timing, controlled laughter, and precision editing. Audiences were coached, sometimes replaced mid-show if they didn't laugh hard enough. Cigarettes appeared in every episode, not by artistic choice, but by contract. Every puff meant money. Every smile meant survival. The show looked effortless. It wasn't. It was war disguised as comedy. Then came politics, the kind of politics that could erase a career overnight. In 1953, America's sweetheart was accused of being a communist. Investigators had documents. Headlines swarmed. Sponsors prepared to run. In an age when a whisper could destroy everything, Lucille Ball stood on the edge of exile. But Desi, drunk, cheating, unpredictable Desi, saved her with a single line. Facing the press, he said, "The only thing red about Lucy is her hair, and even that's not real." America laughed. The storm passed, but the scars? They stayed. By 1960, the perfect couple signed the papers. A marriage born in passion, saved by ambition, and finally killed by truth. Hollywood got its greatest sitcom. The world got its first television millionaires. But Lucy got her freedom, and Desi, who once owned the future of television, got a lifetime of regret. He would later admit, in private and in tears, that losing her was the greatest mistake of his life. They loved each other until the end, but not enough to live together in the wreckage of what fame had done to them. As the decades passed, the cast faded one by one. William Frawley died walking alone on a Hollywood street. Vivian Vance never escaped the shadow of Ethel. Keith Thibodeaux rebuilt his life through faith and music, carrying the weight of a childhood America still replays in syndication. Desi Arnaz left the spotlight for quieter ventures, but the pain of the past followed him until his final days. Lucy remained the queen, adored, respected, a trailblazer whose brilliance never dimmed, but whose private life remained scarred by the same machine she helped build. Today, I Love Lucy still airs, still charms, still feels safe, sweet, and simple. But behind every frame lies a truth the cameras never showed. A perfect family built on brilliant lies, fierce ambition, and the silent suffering of the people who made the world laugh. It is a story about love and power, fame and pain, genius and sacrifice. A story that changed television forever, but left behind a trail of hearts that no amount of laughter could ever fully heal.